I'm Mikaela Lefrak, and here are the top highlights from the U.S. Senate debate between Republican Gerald Malloy and Democrat Peter Welch. Both candidates agreed humans contribute to global warming, but they see a different role for government in addressing climate change.
There's got to be governmental policy that sets in motion the market dynamics that can help the transition from fossil fuels to clean energy affordable for Vermonters and for Americans. And in the legislation we just passed, where there was $390 billion allocated to climate change initiatives, everything from energy efficiency to technology to installing electrical vehicle charging stations, is the first step.
I don't think we should be backing into the Green New Deal and causing financial hardship. It would certainly be great to have that oil and gas independence where we did have. I would look for industry to develop capability for future energy. I actually talk about wanting independence for the United States, current energy, future energy, critical technology, and food. I see way too much, that $390 billion, that's too much industry, government intervention into industry. Let industry grow that capability on its own. We do not have the access to the resources that we need right now. China does. I don't think we're in an existential threat or a climate crisis. I do think that I am in favor of reducing emissions.
How would you address inflation and its effects on Vermonters? Number
one is to have fiscal responsibility and spend within a budget that will ensure, well, we have a debt problem right now at $31 trillion. That's a cancer that it is crushing our economy right now. And we'll continue to do so unless we address it and start spending within a budget.
First, let's help folks who really need it. I'm really happy that the cost of living increase that I supported for Social Security is going to be 8.7% this year. That's going to help. We've got to have food banks that are well supplied. You know, during COVID, for the first time, lots of Vermonters who never needed help putting food on the table needed it, and I think that's going to happen again this winter. We've got to maintain low-income heating assistance and increase it significantly.
The candidates both said the U.S. should continue to support Ukraine in fighting off Russia's invasion.
This was a war of choice started by Putin, number one. Number two, the way he's prosecuting the war is to attack civilians, not just military personnel, civilians, and he did that just yesterday. And we're all inspired by the extraordinary resistance and recent success of Ukraine military. So my view, we and our allies should continue providing military aid, we should continue providing humanitarian aid, and we should do all we can to help Ukraine defend itself.
I'm a retired Army officer and served 22 years on active duty. I actually served 3 years in the Fulda Gap working with NATO partners in nuclear surety positions. And I'm also a combat veteran. My hat's off to the Ukrainians. I look for that a peaceful resolution as soon as possible that is amenable to the people of Ukraine. I do support continuing to provide military equipment to Ukraine. It has been disappointing to watch us take so very long for that equipment to get to Ukraine, particularly the HIMARS, as I was an MLRS and ATACMS commander, which is the predecessor to HIMARS. It shouldn't have taken that long.
The debate ended with the candidates agreeing on Vermont's best product. What is your favorite Vermont product, Congressman Welch?
Maple syrup.
Maple syrup, make my own.
Hey, we ended on agreement.